know what's behind the door. The power could have gone out. There's nothing going on in there. There's pandemonium going on in there. But the universe, the bigger picture, sees the whole building, as a metaphor. It sees the whole building. It sees everything that's going on in there. It can guide me. I can't. All I can do as a conscious Joe is start to go towards that door and then walk into the door. But the rest of it, I have to turn over.
Yeah.
I have choice, but I don't have control. The very thing I was talking about earlier.
And I think too that in between, a lot of times when we're doing hypnosis, we say, we talk about the unconscious mind. The unconscious mind is the part that takes care of, your fingernails growing, you swallowing or chewing, takes care of your digestion, cleaning your blood. It puts you to sleep at night. It wakes you up in the morning. And that part of ourselves, it has to be on a level of just mathematical sets. It has to be a higher level. So if all that unconscious stuff is going on and we're unconscious is taking care of all that at one time, is it possible that maybe it's smarter than us also in the ability to speak?
Yeah.
And that if we begin to trust the universe through the unconscious mind, what happens then?
Yeah.
And we thank our body, we thank our unconscious, which is, as Candace Purse says, your body is your unconscious
Yes,
mind.
that's right. She does say that. You know what? What you just said was very hypnotic too. And
sorry to keep trace. I'm watching your eyes too. We're filming here a little bit, so we'll bring it back in.
Yeah, that's true. Sorry, I have to come out of trance. Hold on. Well, I hear from people who read The Attractor Factor, or they see the movie The Secret, or they read some of my other stuff, and one of the key questions that comes up, partly because I always say that if you're not getting the results you want, very likely it's because of yourself, something inside of yourself that you're not clear with. And you have to get rid of the negative thoughts, the negative beliefs, the self-limiting beliefs, the self-sabotage, most of which is in the unconscious, not meaning it's untouchable, it's just out of your conscious awareness. And I always tell people you have to be clear of that in order to get what it is that you want. Well, how do you get clear of that? One of the best ways is by having a mentor. I list a few in the back of the Attractor Factor. Some of them are not in business. They've retired from it. Some of them are so booked you can't get a hold of them. And I'm wondering if you would allow yourself to be available to do this kind of consulting, coaching, mentoring. It's what you're just doing with me, what you did with me last night. But if somebody came to you and they said they have a speaking problem, or they want to lose weight, or they're trying to attract a new car, and they keep running in, here's a signal. If they keep running into the same problem over and over again, most likely it's coming from them. It's not coming from the universe. The universe is just supporting creating it because there's some kind of program in you that's keeping you in debt, or keeping you smoking, or whatever it is that you're trying to achieve. So I'm asking you, we can edit this out if you want.
No, I love it.
Would you be interested in being promoted as a therapeutic change agent through hypnotic speaking?
Absolutely, I'd love it. And the coaching that I have been doing seems to be channeling into this direction. And what we did last night was, to me, on purpose. So when people talk about do what you love and the money will come, what we did last night was absolute. I mean, how can you get more to be with somebody that's one of your best friends in the world, somebody you love, and then to let this information go back and forth. I'm getting from you, and it's back and forth, and yet being able to be on focus and say, when you say to me, okay, what's the next thing I do? Where do I go next? And then allow whatever's happening within me and then transfer that. I kind of like look at it, the Rosetta Stone. What's the Rosetta Stone? We couldn't understand Egyptian hieroglyphics until they found the Rosetta Stone. And then it had the exact same story in Greek, I think it might have been Aramaic and Egyptian. So then they were able to decipher what that meant. And what happens with a lot of people is they know something's wrong, and yet they don't know how to communicate. They know something's going on inside, and what I do is I like to go up and I like to communicate with their unconscious mind, or find out through rapport and trust what the unconscious mind is trying to communicate back to that person. And most of it is like what we're talking about, how to let go into specific areas, how to trust within specific areas. The unconscious already has the information. It has everything that person needs to go to that next level. Now how do we get that communicated to the conscious mind where it can relax enough and let that happen? So yeah, absolutely, the coaching aspect of it, doing this with people is my passion, and people tell me I'm really good at it, and I love doing it, and I'd love to continue.
How would they reach you?
You could get a hold of me through my website, www.markj, the initial J, Ryan, RYAN.com. Okay.
Mark J. Ryan.
Yep.
Okay.
Mark J.
Give me a question.
Email. Let me give him my email.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's an email that you can email me at Mr. NLP, Mr. MISTER NLP at AOL.com.
Mr. NLP at AOL.com.
Correct.
MISTER
I'll put it on the video.
NLP.com.
Yes.
I'm saying it hypnotically
Yeah.
on purpose.